Namaskar and a very good morning. Welcome to the audiocast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide, Anindya Bannerjee. Kal US inflation came in very hot at a 40-year high of 7.5% for the month of Jan. The US का जो hammer and tongs policy रहा है during the COVID, that is massive fiscal push and ultra loose monetary policy, is now basically hurting them via high inflation. उसके साथ जो supply chain issues है all over the world, that is adding to the pressure. Something a similar kind of a mistake which India did in 2008-9 when India followed the same policy with a subsequent high inflation period and a currency crisis. तो अभी फेड के पास जो सिचुएशन है सामने उसके हिसाब से फेड हैज टू गो अल्ट्रा हॉकिश and tighten the cost of money very fast. Now, Fed ka last time when they had to combat high inflation was way back in the 1980s, जब Paul Volcker के time. So Fed के पास कोई recent experience तो है नहीं. So there is a risk that Fed may overdo it. Like they overdid on the downside during easing, they may overdo it on the upside during tightening. तो इसी का ही दर्शन हम लोग को मिल रहा है in the US money market, क्योंकि the US money market basically prices in what the Fed is going to do in the future. उसमें 3 interesting facts है. एक कि 50 basis point का hike in March is now almost 50 to 60% का odds or probability. That is huge. Second, there is a whisper going around in the money market. The Fed may not wait till the March meeting. They may hike in between. That's crazy. Because Fed has never done that since, as I said, the early 1980s Paul Volcker time. And third, 2 years out or 2.5 years out, the market is pricing in a rate cut, which means the market is saying that Fed will now go overly hawkish, tighten the cost of money or the monetary policy too fast, tighten liquidity too much, and in the end up crash the economy sometimes 1 to 1.5 years out, and then they would be prompted to ease monetary policy once again. Again, ये जो है ये clearly indicate कर रहा है the money market has gone wild with the Fed. And there is also possibly enough political pressure rising in America because politicians, the incumbent government feels that high inflation is making them more unpopular as they face the midterm elections come November. तो ये सिचुएशन में करेंसी मार्केट में इम्पैक्ट डॉलर इंडेक्स में इट्स बेसिकली फ्लैट. कल डॉलर इंडेक्स हैड सोल्ड ऑफ, नाउ इट हैज स्लाइटली रिकवर्ड तो इट्स फ्लैट. बट अगेंस्ट इंडियन रूपी डॉलर इज डूइंग फाइन बिकॉज इंडिया में देयर इज एन easy monetary policy which is being followed by the RBI. RBI कल clear cut indicate किया कि they are in no hurry to raise interest rates immediately or to tighten the liquidity further. तो ये जो policy divergence है between India and America, it could hurt the Indian rupee, and that's exactly what the NDF is showing. 75, 25, 75, 30 के आसपास spot है, which means we may test the January highs of 75, 31 on the spot at the start itself. Abhi, there's going to be a gap between yesterday's close around 74, 94 or aaj 75, 25 या 75, 30. Now, abhi tak jo last 2-3 months का indication है, उसके हिसाब से डॉलर रूपी हैज़ नॉट रियली kept its gaps open. मतलब गैप अगर बनाए तो उसको वो फिल किया है. स्पेशली लास्ट 1 महीने का जो रेंज बाउंड प्राइस एक्शन रहा है इन डॉलर रूपी, उसमें गैप्स हैव बीन फिल्ड क्वाइट वेल. द क्वेश्चन इज विल द गैप बी फिल्ड? बिकॉज अगर ये गैप फिल नहीं होता है, दिस इज अ टेक्निकल पार्ट, अगर ये गैप फिल नहीं होता इन द प्राइस then it will be very bullish for dollar rupee because 75, 31 के ऊपर अगर spot टिक गया, let's say 75, 41, 42 on the futures, then it can push towards even 76 levels. Yes, it can make another 1% move, but it has to stick above 75, 31 on the spot. Otherwise, again, there could be a tendency to come down and fill the gap. So we have to keep that in mind. Now, how to play the market? Basically, abhi, because now we are carrying the long positions through a call spread. So we will be continuing with that trade if we see upside momentum beyond 75.31. अगर 75.31 के ऊपर स्टिक कर रहा है तो you can even use call spreads, or you can even short out of money puts to add to your longs. Futures can be done, but futures may just keep in mind because today is a Friday, so over the weekend का एक risk है. So if you are willing to take that kind of risk, you can even go long the futures. But keep in mind 75.31 के ऊपर the spot has to stick. Then only try that. Intraday में we will be updating you how to play it. But अभी जो bias है of the market, it's clearly upward, considering that जो price momentum है, जो global जो माहौल है उसके हिसाब से. So intraday में also I think one can look at buying on dips. So again, I'll summarize. Either you can use call spreads, or you can sell out of money puts, or third, if you are using futures, you need to have a very high risk appetite. Intraday mein it's fine because you can control your stops, but overnight mein you don't have a control over your stops because of the gaps. USDINR and GBPINR both will be on an upward trend. So buy on dips is advocated over there as well. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Bannerjee signing off. A fantastic day ahead.